Alrighty, Residence Life and Housing Services. Hi, everybody. We're back with another Residence Life and Housing Services program for you. This is part of our speaker series. My name is Justin Brown, here with my co-host,
Leah Paulson.
And we're here with the amazingly talented and gifted. We're going to be talking about that too, because, man, he got vocals, all right? Joshua Triplett, all right? He's been really popular. I mean, let's face it, you've seen him in a multitude of different things, and you probably been like, oh, I knew that. But let's face it, you've seen him on your TV screen for popular TV shows like Lifetime's My Crazy Ex, Comedy Central's Tosh.0, CBS Supergirl, as well as Nickelodeon's hit show Game Shakers, alongside the dangerously funny Kel Mitchell. So you may have even noticed his distinct smile on a national TV. He does national TV commercials. So you probably saw him like McDonald's commercials or like Pepsi, LG, Credit Karma, 5 Hour Energy. We're going to be talking about them all.
Wow, you naming them all, man.
Listen, he's got a lot of stuff. We're going to talk to him today. Joshua Triplett, how you doing today, my man?
I'm incredible. Thank you so much for having me, man. I feel like I paid you to say all that. That's great. Taking you with me everywhere.
If we were going to be doing this all day, we wouldn't have enough time to shoot out all of your accolades. So we're just really happy with us today. We're happy that you were able to take time. So how have things been since during COVID? I mean, COVID has turned everything around. So how have things been for you?
Man, I never imagined the entertainment industry would be shut down. You know what I mean? That's like the last thing. I mean, it's one of those things like, yo, they shut the NBA down. Anything can go.
MLB, everything.
Yeah, everything, man. But I've been just making the best of it. My wife and I, we just purchased a new home, so we've been trying to unpack and settle in and things like that during this time. The time we normally don't get, we're using now. So I've been cool. I feel like the shutdown is my fault. I've been praying for this moment for so long, like just to be at home, spending time with my kids. Right. I just need to work. Like,
right.
I'm cool. We can do this.
I hear you. So like when we were talking to different people, they're like, yeah, man, I was laid off. I'm like, you were laid off? Like, oh my gosh. Like just a lot going on. You have any funny quarantine stories for us? Like we've been hearing a lot of funny quarantine stories.
Man, so I got a few. So in our new house, we have tons of peacocks. And it's the beautiful, beautiful animals, but they're so annoying. They like squawk at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. But it was one particular morning, my daughter was like, Dad. I'm like, what? She runs out. There's 10 peacocks just like on our front lawn.
Oh,
I put it on my Instagram. It's pretty crazy.
I did. I've been following you. I've been following you on Instagram. You're doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, I saw you cleaning out your fish tank too. I don't know. I don't want you to, for us to be too intrusive in your house, but can we like kind of see that? Because that was like a huge project.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to show you. You want to see it now?
Listen, whatever, man. This is really flexible. Right, you can show us how it works.
Yeah, this is one of my new things. So one of my hobbies is marine biology. So I'm going to show you the jacked up tank first. Let me see if I can turn this. So this is my quarantine tank.
Whoa.
And I have a beta. I have that one right there. It's a sailfin tang. Of course, I got the Nemo.
Okay.
But,
can
and
the
then
beta,
I got
can the beta be in the... Go ahead, Leah.
Oh, no, I just said a little clownfish action. Got a little...
Yeah. So this is saltwater, by the way, guys. So I got them in there just so I can switch them over to my bigger tank. But this is not like your standard beta that you're used to in the little bowl. This is a saltwater beta. Yeah, it's a saltwater beta.
So it could be in the tank with other people.
Yeah, this one's cool. He just be chill. He just like, yo, don't bother me. I won't bother you.
Okay. All right.
And this is a little quick story because it's bittersweet. So this clownfish I just showed you is the very first fish I ever bought. And I had this tank for about 3 years. And you lose some over the time, but this fish is my favorite. But unfortunately, I have to give him away.
Oh, wow.
I'll show you why. Yeah, I'll show you why. Let me take you up to the new tank.
Man, we're getting all the views today, man. You just moved
to
all the views. I don't know if we went on the
new tank is special to me because I actually built the aquascape myself.
Oh, okay.
Aquascape with the live rock and everything like that. So I'll show you right now. All right, so this is the new tank. It is 140 gallon, and this is why I have to get rid of Wait, they're over there hiding. Can you see them?
No, it froze. Oh, up. Yeah, I see the two clownfish.
So the thing about clownfish is they have to be in pairs. They don't really survive by themselves. So what I had to do was get a bonded pair that's mated and all this other stuff, because I lost the other one due to transition. So, like I said, bittersweet. But yeah, that's been my project for the past, couple months.
Wow. Okay.
And I'll be able to transfer those fish. So my water is perfect now. I can transfer those fish to my new tank in the next couple of days.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know that about the clownfish. Did you know that, Leah? That they needed to be in pairs? I guess that's why.
No, I did not know that.
The Nemo movie from Disney. I mean, that's why it was so significant. I mean, because he lost his wife, so maybe that's why he had to be.
It was fun, and that's also something else is true is the female is the more dominant. So anytime you see two clownfish, the bigger one is a female, and the smaller one is a male. Wow. The women just make themselves empowered out here. The Michelle Obamas of the world.
Right. No, I get it. So let's talk some career stuff. Josh, how did you get into this field? And for those who are watching on Facebook through the Facebook stream, please post your questions there. Should you have any questions for Josh? We got about eight people watching over there. So if you have any questions, please shoot your questions in there. I see that Jean's watching. So Jean, go ahead and throw your stuff in there. And for the students who are on this stream, go ahead and put your questions in here for Josh. So go ahead, Josh. How did you get into the field? How did you get into your career? Just talk us through it.
Yep, I lost you a little bit there.
Uh-oh.
There.
Are you there?
Up on me. Uh-oh. I don't know if anybody else can see me or not.
Yeah. Oh, it went back.
There you go. Okay, you're back.
You're good now. Did you hear my question?
You said, how did I get started?
Yes. Uh-oh, y'all. We might be having some technical difficulties.
Okay, awesome. Maybe is my signal pretty bad? I can move to.
Yeah, but it might be you.
I'm gonna move, guys. Just in case my signal.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm on the Wi-Fi. I'll go up to the room so I can get a more stable connection for you guys. So, pretty much, I got started in the industry after going to New York City. I moved from Ohio. That's where I was born and raised, in Youngstown, Ohio. Okay. Very small city, not much opportunity. You know what I mean?
It's closer to us now. It's closer there.
What I did is
because we're from Pennsylvania.
Exactly, so for sure. Gotcha. Yeah, PA is the same type of area. I'm really close to Pittsburgh. I'm not far from Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right.
So, but I moved to New York City for college, and that was kind of my way into having a foundation, not just moving, trying to follow the dream, but saying, hey, I'm here for school, have a reason to be here. And I had a goal, you know what I mean? I also gave myself a limit. It's like, I'm going to be here for such and such amount of time. I'm not going to be wasting 15 years trying to do this. If it's not for me, it's not for me. Right. So I did find some success in it. I started in stage and musical theater. I studied ballet, tap, jazz. I studied, I made sure that I was fully well-rounded for the industry of stage. Mm-hmm. And the transition from stage to the TV and film acting was simply because I kind of fell out of love with it. It was it kind of felt like I was in a box. You know what I mean? It was the same show for a year contract, the same songs, the same cast, the same motivations as an actor, and I was like, man, I'm not growing. You know, I was like, if I was on a TV show, I could be doing so much more. You know, so I met my wife out there. She shortly after she was expecting a little one, was like, oh, we can't do this in New York. Let's move.
Right.
Fast forward a couple years, we moved back to LA. And me moving to LA was the biggest leap of faith for me because I had never been to the West Coast at all. And I moved out there with $10,000 that I saved up from tax returns and selling all of our furniture. I sold my PS3, I sold my TV, I sold everything. I sold everything. And I was able to save up $10,000 and move my family to LA. And that's how we started. And, you know, just getting into this industry is kind of one of those things you have to play by ear. It is all about relationships. And it's also about just kind of being a good person. I always tell people, I'm like, just don't be a jerk. People don't want to work with bad people. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of my foundation from Ohio, growing up in the church and things like that, just my solid foundation of being a good person. I think it really helped me out a lot. And of course, the ethics of being in New York, the hard work portion of it, you know, but yeah, that was a transition for me.
I mean, I say it definitely helped you and definitely put you to where you needed to be, taking that leap of faith. I mean, you're in a bunch of stuff. I mean, you were in Supergirl, Girl Boss, The Quad. I mean, your current thing that people can see you on right now, The Neighborhood. Talk to me about that, because I've seen like an episode.
The Neighborhood, man.
My parents love the show. They watch it all the time.
Neighborhood is, man, it's, for me, it's a dream come true. Exactly where I want to be. Oh yeah?
Yeah, they watch it. I don't know if there's
you watch it all the time?
No, my parents watch it all the time.
Okay.
They like the show. They say it's a funny show. I mean, you're working on there with huge comedy icons. There might be a lag. I don't know.
Legends, man. Legends.
So talk to me about what it's like working with them.
So a little bit about the situation. So I lost him was a dream come true for me because, you know, I grew up watching them on TV. You know what I mean? Tashina Arnold and Martin, one of my favorite shows. You know, Cedric the Entertainer. Yeah. It's been all over the map in several of our favorite movies and TV shows. And Max Greenfield, Beth Bears, you know, just incredible ensemble, you know. But that started out for me as a one-line co-star. Mm-hmm. And it was like, you know what? I'm going to take it. It's a blessing. I showed up on set. I did my best. They ended up writing in more scenes for me. Eventually, they wrote in the button. That's the tag scene, like the final scene, normally the punchline. So they wrote me into that, and they based it around my character. So after a while, I was like, man, they might write me in over and over. So I'm a recurring character on the show, but only when the writers think about me. So it's that whole thing of, you know, out of sight, out of mind. Right. But so far, because you know, I keep in touch and, you know, stay on the radar. I've been in 3 episodes so far. We just got approved for season 3, which is pretty awesome. So I'm sure I'll be back. I'm in one of the funniest setups, the barbershop scenes, which are incredible. Right. You know, but I'm telling you, man, just kind of being guilty by association, working with those actors, is like, hey, this is a dream come true, man. I used to watch them on TV, and now I'm with them. It's the easiest way I can explain it.
Right. And listen, we can't belittle those roles of people that have some of the biggest roles that I've had, I mean, especially on the culture, some of the biggest roles that people really blossomed in started as one hit, one show write-offs. And then, I mean, I look at people like Jaleel White. Yep. I mean, he literally made the show Family Matters, but he was supposed to be a one-off character who came in like episode 17 and essentially saved the show. Right. You may be like one comedic, you know, pun or something that you do from being a regular. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about that? What comes to mind when you're doing it?
I'm familiar with Jaleel's story. He's incredible too. Really nice guy, and I spoke to him about that actually, and he said that it was the same thing, just being good, just showing up, doing the work, and not expecting what is to be it. Yeah. Does that make sense? No, so sometimes someone's like, this is what it is, and you know, and then you accept that and that you don't look any further. But even for him, he was like, I'm gonna go in and make it seem like this is the biggest role of my life. And he did that with this little thing, and I call it the Steve Urkel show. Like, I don't even, who
That's
calls
what
it
I
Family
used to call
Matters?
it. That's what I used to call it. You want to watch Steve Urkel? Yeah. I never called it Family Matters.
Yeah. Nah, man. So, you know, and I do see the success pathways like that all throughout Hollywood. You know, there are stories like that that are real, you know what I mean? Which is why, like I said, I show up, do what I need to do, you know, and see what happens from there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it can happen for anyone at any time now. It seems like you're multi-talented in a multitude of different things. I mean, you've also do music. That's why we and Leah put your stuff up here. So talk to us about the music.
Man, I wish I was smart enough to put the that as my background. You guys
listen, it's not too late. People are gonna see this and they're gonna be like, yo, we gotta get Josh too.
Shameless plug.
Right. Go ahead, talk to us about it.
I love it, man. So this project is a passion project. I've actually been working on it for 2 years, if you can believe that. 2 years due to schedule, but also some, you know, industry hiccups that people have to grow and learn from. But this particular project is a true story of my life. I'm gonna drop some gems for you. I haven't really been interviewed about the project yet. It's the first single. So okay. It's a 16-part project.
So you're saying we're the first to interview about the project.
You're the first, man.
Oh, here we go. Groundbreaking. Yeah, give us everything.
I'm gonna give you everything. So it's a 16-part project. I'm gonna release it as a series. So I'm not calling these songs, I'm calling them scenes. The name of the overall project will be 16 monologues. So as an actor, I don't like, I'll say this, as a musician over the years, my biggest pet peeve has been asking people for their support in the music. Please listen, please share my link, please buy it, please go on iTunes, you know what I mean, that whole thing. So I wanna treat it as another one of my TV shows, you know what I mean? Whereas I do my best, I kill it, I love it for myself, and the people enjoy it or they don't, you know what I mean? And that to me brings the happiness and takes the stress factor out of it, you know, trying to impress other people. But one thing I will say about this project, because it is a true story, I'm very transparent and very vulnerable in this project. I think a lot of people will listen and be entertained by the story factor alone. And they're going to find out something new about me. This is stuff that my mom doesn't even know. You know what I mean? This is stuff that my best friends don't even know. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool to be that transparent and be comfortable being that transparent, but also doing it in a musical body of work. Like I studied in musical theater, also being able to perform it and film it and produce it and show it as a TV show, as, you know, just kind of putting all those skills into one basket. So it's going to be great. But this is the first single, Grow, which is behind you. There's the first single. You can pre-order it tomorrow on Google Play and Apple Music, and it will be available everywhere on June 1st.
They ordering it now, man. They're ordering it now. They're not waiting for tomorrow.
It's incredible. You guys are going to love it for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we have one of our attendees here, Emily. So I'm going to ask her questions for her because she's got a couple dogs making some noise and preferred that I ask them. So the first question is
okay. Hi, Emily. I see you here.
She asked, is it hard to balance both music and acting?
For some people, yes. For me, no. And here's why. I only do certain things. So I do a lot. I'm a magician. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a father. You know, I built my studio that I was in earlier. So I'm hands-on with construction and things like that. I've always been a hustler, but I've always been willing to try things.
Uh-oh, did we lose him? I hope not. Josh, you still there?
So because of that, if you're willing to try things, eventually you're good. So in my position to where I have to truly juggle, I'm only a musician when I want to do tricks at the biggest I want to. So it's an outlet. And because of that, you'll always put your 100% all into it because you're in your happiest moment. You know what I mean? But it should never feel like you're juggling because you'll eventually drop the ball. Just pick it up when you want to.
Absolutely. Thank you. So another question we had was, what has been your favorite experience or role in your career?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. Favorite role, favorite experience. I'll go with favorite experience. I'll give you both. My favorite role is probably Jeremiah on The Neighborhood, just because I think it's the most growth in my career, and it shows me, you know, hey, you've been working hard, you deserve this, and good job, keep going. But my favorite experience has to be on 30 Rock. It was my first job out of college. I was an extra, and a guy who I met on set, we were waiting for about 6 hours. You know, we're the type of extra who are just props. We're not meant to be seen at all. We're props. So he was dressed up as Flavor Flav in this episode, red suit, top hat, you know, big clock. And after 6 hours, he was like, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm tired of waiting. And I was like, bro, you can't leave. You won't get paid. He was like, no, I'm out. So he leaves. 5 minutes later, I'm not exaggerating, they're like, we need Flavor Flav. And I'm like, he just left. They were like, well, you think you can fit the costume? I'm like, yeah. They was like, all right, put it on. We need you. I'm like, what? So immediately, Alec Baldwin started talking to me. Tracy Morgan, Wayne Brady was one of the guest stars of that episode. LL Cool J was there. It was one of the most, it was incredible. Tina Fey was telling me how cute I was. I'm like, Tina Fey, what? You know what I'm saying? But
that's dope.
It was just cool, man. And then, like I said, I was just an extra, but the experience, like sometimes you can't pay for, you know, those certain things. The check doesn't have to be millions of dollars to be able to experience that type of love and, you know, acceptance in your craft.
That's so cool. Thank you.
That is cool. Yeah. That is cool. So did they make you dress like Flavor Flav? And
they did.
Like, wrote it in as a joke. And they're like,
I was dressed up as Flavor Flav. It was like, because you obviously don't look like. I don't look like Flav.
Well,
but,
listen, I would like to say that in Hollywood, they think that black people look the same in some roles.
Hey, you're not kidding about that.
Chadwick Boseman played Thurgood Marshall and also played Jackie Robinson and also was the King of Wakanda. So
I know. Look, you never know. And people say I look like him, by the way. So
you kind of look like Chadwick. You look more like him than Flavor Flav.
Look, I'll take it. He's successful. Right. I'll take it.
Right.
Wakanda forever, man.
So Emily also wants to know, what was it like being on Copycat and The Competition?
Wow, Copycat goes down in history as my first Hollywood production ever. So when I moved to LA, I didn't know anyone, I didn't know anything, and I actually came out here for music. When I was in Ohio for that short time that I skipped over in the beginning of the interview here, I was doing music and I had a song on the radio. I was doing a lot of tours and things like that. And I moved to LA to find success there. I moved there and they were like, who are you? No one knew who I was. I was like, got to start all over, right? But Copycat was my first production. I submitted myself, I auditioned, I sang, and I made it to the final round to get on the show. And once I did see the show live, I was like, Josh, you belong on TV, man. Like, stop wasting your time. Because for me, I had a younger mentality then of you have to be a music artist now, you know, and it was that thing. Let me see how to word this. The girls want the abs. They want you young. They don't want you coming out when you're 45 years old. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me do the music now. I can do the acting later. I can be 55 and be Denzel Washington. I can be 75 and be Al Pacino. You know what I mean? So I always tried to do music first before acting, but I kind of fell into both with Copycat. So that is once again one of my favorite projects because that was my biggest transition into LA.
Nice. So Josh, if people want to follow you on social media, like what are some of your social media handles so people can
You can't do that, man. That's impossible. I'm not on social media. No, I'm kidding. Like what? J Trip Nation everywhere, man. J Trip Nation on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I mean, literally ever. SoundCloud, whatever you guys have on social media, that's me. If it's a different name, it's a fake. I do want to take this time really quick to say we're dropping on June 1st as well our family channel, YouTube channel. We've been vlogging over the years, just holding on to content, and finally we're getting it all edited up, and it'd be some really cool moments with me and my daughter. I do her hair, you know what I mean? We're cooking together, baking, stuff like that. It's really cool.
I saw her. She's a cutie. How old is she?
She's 9 years old, man.
Okay.
She's
I got a
an actress.
5-year-old. I got a 5-year-old daughter, so we in the same.
So you know what it's like.
Same boat.
You know what it's like, man. Yeah, and I have a 2-year-old too. She's like the boss of the household, so I do what she says.
Okay.
But you get to see that family dynamic on the YouTube channel, and some behind the scenes in the neighborhood and other cool things that we do. My daughter's on a few shows, The Affair on Showtime, C on Apple TV Plus, Family Reunion on Netflix, some other cool. She's more popping than I am, but I coach her though, so that's
got it.
You know, I take credit.
Got it. So how do you know Ronell? Because
Ronell Hunt, man.
He's helped us connect to 2 people so far,
yeah.
and both of them happen to be magicians. So like, if you say you know some magic, like you might have to throw us a trick real quick. You know, that's why sleight of hand.
I'm trying to think. My magic stuff. I'm in my bedroom.
It's okay. I know we're throwing that on you real quick. I'm tossing that in there.
It's like, you see this pillow right here,
right?
Now you don't. You know what I mean? Was that good? That was. Don't come to my show, guys. That's how all my shows are. Perfect. No, I know Ronell through being in the area, Youngstown, Ohio. And then we found out that we're both magicians. I used to have a magic store at one of our local malls, and I was selling him some magic tricks, and then we just got really cool, man. He's a really cool dude. Cool dude.
He put us in connect with another magician, but he also does like voice work. His name was Joshua Seth. He does voice work in anime, particularly a show called Digimon. So he was talking about that.
Oh, got you. Yeah, Digimon's dope.
Yeah, so that's Ronell, man. He has all the connections to the.
Yeah, I know a lot of voiceover actors. My friend is the manager for most of the Power Rangers.
Oh wow!
And believe it or not, like the original Power Rangers, like Zach and Billy, and like.
Listen, we just had Walter Jones on last week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we did.
That's crazy, man. I can put you in touch with some people as well, man.
Yeah, let's definitely talk
for the kids, bro.
Yeah, man.
I can't call them kids, for the students. Y'all grown now.
So you have a lot of projects that seem like they're completed, but they might not be out because of what's going on with Hollywood. So talk to me about some of those. Looks like you got a short coming out called The Beach Trip. You got a TV movie coming, Black Coffee. I mean, talk to me about some of these projects.
So Black Coffee is out. Season 1 is out. I produced Black Coffee. I wrote on there. I was the lead actor and did some of the editing. I literally got my feet wet with that project. That was the first project that I ever sold to a network. We sold it to Funny or Die, which is Will Ferrell's company. And it was kind of cool being, I'm just going to say it, being an African-American in the industry and having someone take a chance on you and throw some money at some of your ideas. So that was the first time that I really did that. And there's 8 episodes up on funnyordie.com. You can check that out right now. Pending projects are commercials, some commercials that a lot of people haven't seen. I have about maybe 3 or 4 national commercials running right now. I know there's a direct TV that's running. That's one of my favorite commercials that I've ever shot. The director was kind of like, do whatever you want to do, just be free. And I'm like, okay. Don't tell me that. I was jumping on the couch. I was doing all types. I was in that. You don't get the opportunity much as an actor, but I have that running. I have it's called Plush Care. It's my character seems like he has coronavirus.
Oh my!
I assure you, I'm just acting, guys. I'm just acting. But it's really cool. It's an app that you can FaceTime doctors directly without having to go in to be seen. And they can give you symptoms and medicine and stuff like that. But just like I said, a few national commercials on the rise. A few.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at some of them. I mean, we got some here. So that looks like you're in a McDonald's commercial, maybe.
Oh yeah. Oh, you put up. Yep.
There it is.
Oh, you got the old reel. Yeah. I love it though.
Eating that nugget. I think I saw something here like not Credit Karma. Was it Credit Karma? Oh, you was in a commercial with Usher.
Yeah, that was my first commercial. Pepsi, first commercial. I'll say first national commercial was with Usher. I played Usher's best friend.
Oh wow, look at that, man. That's a lot.
That's my daughter,
That's
so I do a lot of stuff with my daughter too.
So she gets cast too.
Yeah, she gets cast a lot. We started together. Our first commercial was together. It was for a regional grocery store out here.
Ah, that guy right there with the glasses, he looks familiar too.
He's been in a couple things. This is the first time he and I worked together, but you've probably seen him in some other spots too.
Okay, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Look, as an actor, I get to be married. I get to be a father. I get to be
You get the latest
Verizon spokesperson. I get to kiss Daniel Tosh on the lips.
Oh yeah, that's Tosh from Tosh.0.
Yeah, that's actually how I got this commercial. So I was on Tosh.0 twice. The producer was like, "Hey man, you did such a great job. We're shooting a commercial. We'd love to have you in it." And Daniel will be comfortable with this scene. He didn't tell me what the scene was until I got to set.
Okay.
He was like, "Yeah, you have to kiss Daniel Tosh." I was like, okay.
That sounds like something that's totally up his like comedic sleeve, though. That
exactly. Which is so funny because a lot of people thinks that he would enjoy that kiss, but his wife was there, and it was really, really cool. So
is your wife for me for all of your commercials?
That was my first on-camera kiss with a man. But as an actor, it's like, hey, you got to be willing to play.
Right. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Got to be willing to play, man.
Now, it looks like you played the husband of several different women in those scenes. Is your wife always with you, or is that why your daughter gets to go, so she's watching dad?
I love it. It's so funny because my wife was like, oh, when I introduced her, I was like, yeah, babe, this is one of my wives. She was my wife from this. This is my wife from that. But no, my wife was super supportive, man. She understands the industry, and luckily I didn't get anyone who was insecure or jealous with my craft. Even being a musician, I always have to be likable and maybe flirt a little bit with people. And but yeah, she's so supportive, man. She moved from the Bronx to Youngstown, Ohio with me. You know what I mean? Like that says enough. And then she moved cross country with me to LA to pursue my dreams. And she's been here every step of the way as a big cheerleader and a nurse and a doctor and a lawyer and everything else I needed along the way.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So you lucked out. Being married is a good thing.
I lucked out, man. I definitely lucked out. Awesome. Yeah, that doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't. No, it does not. We're here with Joshua Triplett, everybody. If you're just tuning in, he's talking about his career. He's talking to us about all the commercials he's been in, future projects, cop his music right here. Josh, again, if they want to follow you on your social media, what is your social media handles?
JTrip Nation on everything. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everything. Black Planet, MySpace. All of that.
All right. Well, listen.
Throwing it back with the MySpace.
Right. I didn't even know MySpace is still out there.
I still got one.
MySpace, man. In those days, everybody thought they were doing web design.
Right. Look, that HTML, you couldn't tell me nothing.
My stuff was glittering. I had Flash in it. I had embedded videos.
My background looked like yours.
Right. Good. Listen, we've been changing our backgrounds for all the people that have been on here. So, and we'll show you who we have still coming up. So if you happen to want to be on we only have 2 shows left, but if you want to be on one of them, let us know. We got Sway on at 4:30.
Sway in the morning.
It's a good time, I guess, to plug that so Josh can see it. So anybody, if you're still interested, we still have 2 more shows after Josh. We're going to plug them right now so that you can see them. And Josh, again, if you're interested, let us know. We'll give you the Zoom link. Go ahead and jump on. No problem.
Awesome.
Well, we got Sway at 4:30. And tomorrow we got Cedric Yarbrough. You know him from Reno 9/11 as well as I believe he plays Officer Meow Meow on BoJack Horseman. So
he's hilarious.
He is. He's really, really funny. And they just rebooted Reno 9/11. So I hope he talks because it just came on. I think they restarted it last week.
It's back on Comedy Central?
It is. With new episodes.
That's good. So, I know they just revamped Crank Yankers too. So I think they're bringing a lot of the old stuff back.
Yeah, man. Well, some of the old stuff needs to be brought back. Some of the stuff that is gone is probably gone for a reason, or needs, if an actor or an actress is no longer with the show due to death,
Yeah. I have to ask you, what is one of your unpopular opinions of a TV show? Like, what's a super famous and popular TV show that you just can't get with?
Okay, you got to give me a second
See,
because now
I
I got
had
to
to
think
switch
about
it.
it.
I had to switch it up.
Yeah, listen, did we ever get asked the question before, Leah?
I don't know. You might be the first. Let's see. Ooh.
A super popular TV show.
I'll give you an example. So I have never seen The Sopranos before, but I hear it's really, really good.
Okay.
And I have never seen Power before. I haven't even seen one.
I haven't seen Power before either, so I guess people are taking our black cards because I haven't seen it either. I seen like three episodes, and it was good, but I have stars, and I wasn't trying to pay, all that money. So,
what about you, Leah?
My wife's texting me. She said the show that I'm not down with is Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, she called you out.
I was gonna say Parenthood because she was really trying to get me into that show.
I don't know much about Parenthood. I think this before my time though. I do know TK. Shout out to TK. He was on Parenthood for a while, but that's before my time. I tried with Parenthood, and this wasn't for me. Couldn't do it.
It wasn't a good show. It was on for 7 to 9 seasons. So
yeah, it was on for a minute.
Oh.
Yeah. Grey's Anatomy, I only used to watch here and there. I know the characters, Dr. McDreamy and all them, but shout out to Shonda Rhimes for employing us black actors over and over. Thank you, Shonda. Thank you.
Shout out to Shonda. Oh, Shonda, I messaged you. So if you're watching this in cyberspace, you get back to me.
There you go.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
My wife said Grey's Anatomy 16 seasons strong. She might as well just get on here.
That's it. That's insane. 16 seasons is a long time.
Oh, go ahead, Leah.
So while we're doing this, I'll do a movie. Let me see. I have never seen any of the Star Wars movies.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I would say they're worth watching. I'm not a super big fan. I've only seen everyone.
What? You're willing to say that in front of the people?
I'm okay with it. Listen, this is me, authentically me. All right, I can't be no one else. But my cousins, they were younger than me. They wanted me to take them to see the movie that came out of the new set of 3. I think it was like
one of the. I think I know what you're talking about.
I forget what it's called. See, I can't even tell you what the ones are called. They go in 3. So the original 3, and then they did a prequel 3, and then they jumped and did the. So they were like, "You got to watch the movies," and I was like, "All right." So they actually had them on DVD. I just watched them. They're not bad. I wouldn't dress up.
Did you watch them in sequence, or did you watch them per their release?
I watched them per the release, and I agree with that. And I'm also unpopular opinion. I kind of like the first 3, not the first one, the second and third one more than I liked 4, 5, and 6. And people are watching this probably think I'm crazy, but I enjoyed 2 and 3. I really did.
Unfortunately, I have no idea. I can't even weigh in. I'm sorry.
They're worth watching, man. They're worth watching.
That's so funny.
I wanted to tell you too, one more thing I just thought of to tell the students about, and I'm sure they'll love it. So I work a lot on social media with some of your favorite influencers, King Batch, Daystorm, Marlon Webb, Blame It on Quay, a lot of very just funny influencers. But I have a series that I'm a producer on called Beef in Brentwood, and I play one of the thugs. It's kind of like a live action cartoon. You know what I mean? We die every episode.
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's really cool. And imagine like Malibu's Most Wanted, but
underrated movie.
Roadrunner.
Underrated.
Super underrated. But yeah, the series we have 3 seasons. We have season 4 coming out soon, 30 new episodes in post-production. You can go to Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, Beef in Brentwood. Check it out. You're gonna love it. It's hilarious. It's super action-packed. We do a lot of special effects. We do all the editing ourselves. We film everything on the iPhone.
Shout out to iPhone now. I thought you was with LG.
Hey, look, I gotta go with whatever paying the bills, man.
Listen, I get it.
Yeah, man. But definitely check that out if you guys have time. Check it out.
Cool. Absolutely. Obviously, y'all, we've been here all this afternoon with Joshua Triplett. He's been sharing a lot of stuff with us. I'm glad that you joined us today. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
No doubt, man.
Now, what we've been doing is we've allowed our speakers to have the final say. So what does that mean? That means that if you have a key to life, or if you have something that you think is a gem that you want to drop? I mean, you've been dropping gems the entire broadcast, but like, what's that one thing you want to leave with the students?
So I'll say this, and this will be very general to apply to everyone, not even people who are interested in my industry. Some of you watching may be interested in other things. What I'm going to tell you is something I learned in my late 30s. I can't say that because I'm only 33, but I learned not too long ago. Find your happiness in whatever you do, and don't judge your success based on other people's paths. Sometimes we see other people's success, we see them doing what we want to do, but sometimes that's not what we're supposed to do, or it's not when we're supposed to do it. So what I tend to do is I position myself around people who are doing what I want to do. You know, hey, you just bought a house. How did you do that? I want to learn. You know, oh, you just bought my dream car. How did you learn? You just, passed the bar exam to be a lawyer. How did you do it? You know what I mean? And if you position yourself around people who are doing what you intend to do, you're only going to position yourself for greatness. So
I like that. That's real good. We already did our ad. Normally at the end we do our ad. We just prematurely jumped it because conversation just flowed so well. But if you're watching and you're interested, please sign up for Sway in about Leah, in less than an hour?
Yeah, something like that.
In less than an hour. And Cedric Yarbrough tomorrow, y'all. Rest of this life series. We'll see you then.